Hello and welcome. My name is John Valentine, and today I'll be talking about how you can use Instagram Reels in order to sell your products on Instagram. So I'll be talking about all these different topics. First, I'm going to be talking about why you should use Reels. I'm going to be talking about montages, teasers, behind the scenes handling of products, and then finally the conclusion and some final thoughts. So basically I'll be going through all the different ways that you can use the new feature of Instagram Reels in order to attract more customers, grow your following, and essentially sell your product. So if you feel free to just sort of sit back and relax and watch the whole video, then go ahead and do that. You can also just skip around on the right side here to the different topics as they are listed. They will be available in all these different videos. But other than that, yeah, just sit back and enjoy the video, and feel free to put any questions in the discussion section below. Other than that, let's get started right away. So first of all, let's talk about why you should use Reels. Well, Reels are the new feature on Instagram. They're basically their version of TikTok, and they allow for videos shorter than 30 seconds. And the reason why you should use Reels is because it's a new feature and it is a great opportunity. The organic growth on Instagram with Reels right now is amazing. As you know, with Instagram or even with a lot of social media platforms, whenever they have a new feature, they try to push it as much as they can. So, you know, right when Instagram stories came out, their new shopping tags nowadays, then they have their new shopping tabs where you can go in and just shop on Instagram, their sort of advanced explore function, and so on. And so Reels is also one of those new features that they have on Instagram, and of course they push it as much as they can. If you generally use Instagram, you can see that there's Reels just along your feed, just sort of pop up from users that you've never even seen before, that you've not followed, anything. They just are Reels from the theme and sort of categories that you most engage with and that you like, and they use some kind of algorithm in order to determine that. So if you go on Instagram right now and just scroll down on your main feed, you will just see a row of Reels come up, and they basically represent what they think you like, and that's how it works. So you could use that to your advantage in order to push whatever it is that you want to do, your products, your brand, and so on. And of course you can, as I said, just sell specific products with that as well, by making Reels that are appropriate, you know, relative to whatever subject matter that you're focused on. So Reels is a very good opportunity right now. The organic growth is amazing, so it's definitely a feature that you have to use and should definitely look into making part of your general content marketing. So now let's talk about the various things that you can actually do with Reels, or some more direct marketing examples of things you can incorporate into your Reels. So first of all, you can do a montage of new product launch. So let's say you're bringing out a new t-shirt, you can use that in order to show off the product. Of course, this is especially great for physical products because you can actually just, you know, use your phone and make these Reels with your products in hand, and of course makes it very, very easy to create a lot of Reels in the montage sections. You can just really get creative in showing it off. You know, let's say you have a new t-shirt and it is a beach themed t-shirt. You can just throw it on some sand, you can throw it on some, you know, white background, and so on. You can use various backgrounds and themes in order to show off this new product. These are of course just very crude examples. You have to sort of get creative on in that sense, but these are there are various things you can actually do with creating these Reels, and creating a montage of a new product launch is just a very good example that you can use in order to show off your products and also be creative. And of course the double feature in this is that you can not only use it for your Instagram Reels, but you can also use them on TikTok. So you can just upload the same thing that you upload on Instagram Reels to your TikTok, and so on. With these new features sort of becoming very equivalent on all platforms, you know, such as TikTok, Instagram, and now of course also Snapchat, you can just start uploading the same content on all these platforms, of course respective with how they are, you know, regarded to in terms of spam and so on. So of course be careful to not make your social media too monotone in all aspects, but there are a very good opportunity that you can use to make montages and then sort of maybe even differentiate them on the different platforms. But when it comes to Instagram Reels, the general idea of creating montages of your new product launch is a good idea to get started on some Reels. And now the next idea that you can have for your Instagram Reels is to create teasers. You can have small teasers of your products, and these are of course applicable in all ways. because they can get people's interest and make them want more. So what I mean by teasers is you can have small snippets of new products or of existing products. You can have behind the scenes content with teasers in that aspect, basically creating something that makes the viewer want to see more of whatever it is that you're promoting, whether it is actually a product or a service, or maybe even just you as an influencer or as a personal brand as well. Creating these teasers is a great idea to engage some more with your audience and create some more interest and intrigue also for your followers, and of course also for new people coming in, because as I said, Instagram Reel is a great opportunity to get actually new followers and new people interested in your content. So one of the things that you should keep in mind is creating content that also sort of appeals to people that don't know your brand and don't follow you. So when there are teasers, you can use that to your advantage in order, to show off whatever it is products you're doing and so on, to create that intrigue where people are like, that seems interesting. Let's check out their actual account and see what's going on. What are they about? What is this? This looks very well done. This is a neat teaser. This looks cool. Whatever it is. If it looks intriguing, it not only grabs the attention of your already existing followers, but even more importantly, the people that are exposed to your product for the first time, because this organic growth is, as I said, insane right now. So of course this is a great way to attract all these people. So definitely a thing to think about when it comes to Instagram Reels. So the next great idea that is for Instagram Reels is behind the scenes content. People love behind the scenes content, especially when it comes to bigger companies, but even just any kind of company, behind the scenes content can be very fascinating and interesting to people who actually care about your brand, and even to some people who are just sort of mediumly invested. But basically it gives viewers an insight into how you create and what you actually do. It creates interest and shows also the effort. Let's say you run an Etsy store that does handmade wedding cards or handmade wedding invitations. If you show the whole process of you actually creating that invitation, printing the paper, or drawing your pictures, creating your digital designs, printing it out, sticking and gluing it together, whatever it is that you do when creating these invitations or whatever product that you actually have, it really shows how much effort actually goes into that, and people appreciate that and will appreciate them more when they're like, wow, I didn't know it takes 40 minutes for you to create one invitation. And so you can really show that in the behind the scenes content, of course, shortened in 15-second bits, but that really generally still shows how much you actually put into it. And it also shows the means of production. Maybe if it's not handmade wedding cards, maybe you have a online t-shirt business, or you have some kind of digital print business where you actually have t-shirts, pamphlets, posters, whatever it is that you do. Then maybe you can do a tour of the factory, or you can do a day in the office, day in the life of your office. If you do, if your factory is not close to you or overseas or something like that, then maybe you can just show your day in the office, see how you come up with new designs, how you talk to your customers, how you talk to so and so people. Of course, this is shortened in a 15, 20, 30-second montage, or just sort of little bits, but you can easily do that if you get creative, and also just show little small bits of your behind the scenes, day in the life, day in the office, whatever it is that you do. It really shows interest, and it builds a greater connection with your followers and your fans, because people sort of get that personal touch when it comes to your product and your overall brand. So that's definitely a great thing to think about when, again, it comes to Instagram Reels. So the next thing would be the handling of products when it comes to Instagram Reels and creating some Reels. And similar to the behind the scenes look, this gives a personal touch and a kind of behind the scenes look. If you are, again, making, let's say, personal invitations on Etsy, you can show the shipping process as well. You can see and you can show people, oh look, I packed up 100 of these, let's go to the post office together. And then you show a 5-second clip of you walking in the post office, 5-second clip of you handing them in. Before that you have a 10-second clip of you packing them up into envelopes and so on. So these are a great opportunity for you to also, again, show that behind the scenes look and your actual handling of the products. And not only does it show the actual shipping process and also your effort, but it also gives people a sense of security of how your products are actually handled. Let's say they didn't know, that all your invitations are hand packed or something like that. They thought you just print them and ship them off by someone else. And if it's something else, such as, creating t-shirt designs, then maybe they didn't know that you personally create your designs. And even if you don't, then you can show your team meeting with people who create your designs. You can show your 10-second clip of you having a conference call with 5 of your designers or something like that. So it's just, you can really get creative in all sorts of ways to show the handling of products. You can show your logistics behind it. You can show your actual team. If you're in the office, of course, with COVID-19 and everything, that's probably limited. But if you do have a team, and when things are back to normal, you do have a team, you can show your office. You can just show the 3 salespeople sitting in the bullpen. You'd be like, these guys do all the sales for our team. And you can show off your workstation. If you're the CEO, if you're the assistant, if you're whatever that you're doing, you can just show off everything and really get some more behind the scenes look, and also again handling of the products. And this creates that personal touch and that greater connection to the actual company. So it's a great idea to think about when it comes to Instagram Reels, and definitely a great idea when it comes to content creation. Now, the last thing that I just sort of wanted to touch on and talk a little bit about is just getting creative. Now, of course, this seems very general, very broad, and very easy to say, but when it comes to any kind of content marketing, getting creative is key, and also not being bound by some kind of perfectionism. A lot of the times, more content, even if it's not as good as you think it is better than just having, little content that you think is excellent, because you never know what actually might work and what might not work, because sometimes you think content is good and might do well, and it just doesn't do anything. And then sometimes you think, okay, this is just a quick video, this is just this, and then it actually explodes, goes viral, or even, just comes off really well. You never really know what might take off. So I think the general idea to keep in mind is that 100 pieces of good content is better than 10 pieces of amazing great content. Because the amazing great content probably takes way more time and effort on your part, and these are 10-15 second videos. These are not full-time movies that will be shown in the cinema. These are 10-15 second reels and little videos. Of course, the better they are, the better it is, but also don't be bound by this idea of perfectionism and high quality and so on. Of course, high quality and good ideas stand out, but sometimes it's better to land 100 good pieces of content than 10 really great content, because even if it's great, it might not always land in the right hands, or it might not do well. It might just get swallowed by the algorithm. Sometimes you post at the wrong time and it doesn't do well. Like, there's so many variables that come into that factor as well. The idea of just creating more content that's good enough, I would say, is also good. So of course, don't get the wrong idea that just want to throw out everything out there, but I just wanted to also just sort of touch on the fact that I think a lot of people just sometimes get, as I said, limited by just having to create this amazing content where they think that might stand out, and then other people just whip out their phone, think of something, record it in the next minute, and that gets 500,000 views, because sometimes that's seems more authentic. What you also want to do, of course, is it's a social media platform. Even though your company is sometimes being more authentic and original with these ideas, can make you seem more relatable. And of course, this is better for people for you to connect with them. And so sometimes these extra high quality, just very, I don't want to say disingenuous or fake videos, but these very sort of staged videos can sometimes just come off too corporate-y or even too businessy, that just might not really work that well on the crowd, like social media, especially for younger people, because they can see through all that, of course, sometimes. And generally it works and it's good, but just this idea of creating originally good content is sometimes better than creating these high pieces of content, especially if you're a smaller business. It's also way more efficient for you on a daily basis, just cost-wise and time-wise, to pump out that kind of content. But yeah, just honestly think about, see what works, test. As with every new feature on social media, you have to test, trial and error, see what works for you, see what doesn't. Maybe something surprises you, maybe something doesn't, because after all, it is social media, and you never know what might work and what might not. So just get creative in that sense. I hope you really enjoyed these sort of ideas. And I just want to sort of go into my conclusion and final thoughts here. But yeah, that's basically it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and learned a lot, and if you have any questions, just put them in the discussion section down below. If you want to just rewatch any part of the video, feel free to jump around on the side here. There's a bunch of different topics, but if you're also not satisfied with your John Valentine content, make sure to check out my channel. I have a bunch of videos around digital marketing and all factors when it comes to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is, Twitch. I will be talking about all of it. I have already a bunch of videos on all kinds of topics, Facebook ads and so on, all things digital marketing. And for the year of 2021, I'm actually putting out one video a week, so make sure to follow the channel. I'll be talking about everything new that's coming out, new features, new things, Clubhouse and everything. I have a Clubhouse video coming out next week if you're interested in any of that, so make sure to follow, and also check out my YouTube channel, of course, John Valentine. But yeah, that's pretty much all here for you, all my digital marketing content for you. But yeah, I hope you learned a lot, and I really hope you enjoyed your stay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.